Welcome to MMA Heat, the show that celebrates heart, endurance, aggression, and technique in MMA and in entertainment. I'm Karyn Bryant, bringing you the show from the Fortune Gym in Los Angeles, California. We've got an excellent show for you today. We're going to go behind the scenes at UFC 121, Lesnar versus Velasquez. It was a big, big show. We're going to catch up with that man, Renato Babalu Sobral, get his thoughts on aggression and why people fight. We're going to hear from deaf fighter Matt Hamill and the original Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, on overcoming obstacles. And also, Skrape from the TapouT crew is going to talk to us about the evolution of MMA. But first, we want to get things going with UFC 121. Cain Velasquez became the first man with Mexican heritage to become a heavyweight champ in boxing or in MMA. He took out champ Brock Lesnar in 4 minutes and 21 seconds with a TKO. This is a look at the sights and sounds of what we saw before, during, and after that epic event. Karyn Bryant from MMA Heat. Jake, actually, a couple things for you. Have you had any luck convincing Brock about the joys of soy and a vegetarian lifestyle?
I haven't talked to Brock about that yet, but I don't think I'll have much luck. I think I'll find someone else to try to convince.
Yeah, I think so.
Where's the beef? That's all I got to say.
With Brock being such a high-profile, big, nasty guy, I think for Cain to come out and win a fight like this, I think he's going to gain a lot of fans.
All right, guys, 14,856 was the attendance. The gate was 2.15 million. Fight of the night goes to Diego Sanchez and Thiago. Congratulations. Submission of the night, Daniel Roberts. And knockout of the night goes to Cain Velasquez. $70,000 each for those guys. Congratulations to all the winners.
I've gone through some surgeries that people don't come back. I feel great. I mean, besides my face being a little sore, I feel fine. I have no more neck problems, no more back problems. I need to get back to wrestling. I need to get back to my roots. For this fight, we did a lot of stand-up, we did a lot of jiu-jitsu. Matt was a better man tonight. He wrestled and fought a great fight.
I made a lot of changes in my life. After the big win with Greta, and I went on I was partying there for a while, and everybody knows I was drunk at the MMA award shows. That's the past. You know what I mean? I cleaned my life up, and I'm just focused on on the things that matter, which is God, my family, and my career. So that's where I stand right now, and that's what got me the victory.
We just had to pick our shots. I knew that the ref wasn't gonna stop it that early, so we had to pick our shots. I wasn't just gonna go crazy and just start throwing punches if he was on bottom. So he was covering up well. I wanted some punches to connect and some elbows to get in there. So I took my time and really thought about where I should throw the punches and where should I get my elbows in.
We've got tons more UFC 121 coverage on MMAHeat.com. And also, listen, if you're a Lesnar fan, just give the man some time to improve his technique. That was only his 7th MMA match. On the way, our conversation with Babalu. Up next, Matt Hamill and Lou Ferrigno. Welcome back to MMA Heat. I'm Karyn Bryant. On the way, our conversation with Babalu. But first, Matt Hamill and Lou Ferrigno, two heroes of the hearing impaired community, were at UFC 121. Lou Ferrigno, of course, a legendary bodybuilder and actor, and Matt Hamill, a UFC light heavyweight. They both had a lot to say about each other and overcoming obstacles. Take a look. The thing I love about fights is you never know who you're going to run into. Look who I found. Lou Ferrigno. Lou, are you a big fight fan? What are you doing here?
Yes, well, first of all, I'm happy to see you not being pregnant tonight.
I know. The last time we saw each other.
I know. Well, I'm great here. I'm happy to be here because I've seen the fights in the past, and this is the ultimate warrior. This is real fighting. This is not the typical, boxing. I mean, boxing is a great sport, but this is something unique because you only have like 3 to 5 minutes, and it's all about strategy. And especially you have Tito Ortiz, especially you have Brock, which I met 2 years ago, and he, to me, he's like the Incredible Hulk. I would not want to stand in front of him.
Well, that's amazing to me that you're saying he's the Hulk. I mean, that's one thing that I would, I guess, figure that you would be a Brock Lesnar fan. I mean, you are all about being big and physical and being a perfect human specimen.
Well, it's all about power. Everybody's fascinated with power, strength, and tonight signifies the show's power. Because coming out, it's all about the strategy, the approach, the cheering. Because I was amazed that I've never been to an Ultimate Fighting Championship this big, and I'm amazed about the excitement. It's very exhilarating.
Do you wish that maybe you could have gotten into this? I mean, it's for I know a lot of people like, if I was only X amount of years younger, I would have done this. Do you think this is something you could have done?
Well, maybe 35, 40 years ago to release my anger, I think I would have gave a second thought about it.
Matt Hamill is on the card tonight, and he is hearing impaired. I don't know if you know Matt Hamill personally. He is, he's deaf, and he has done so much for the hearing impaired community. He's very outspoken about it and is really like a true warrior for them. And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that. I mean, it really is an amazing accomplishment, I think, for him to come as far as he's come with what many people would see as a limitation.
Well, for him, I might give him the advantage because he probably had to work harder than the average person like I have to too. It just makes you a stronger person. So my guess is that tonight as a fighter, apparently he probably very competitive for himself. He's probably going to give 110% instead of 100%, which makes him a champion. And sometimes when you have dealing with adversities, you have a loss like a hearing loss or any kind of slight handicap, you excel in different areas and force you to work harder. So it's a perfect example. I'm looking forward to see how he performs. Mm-hmm. Except that he probably doesn't want to have to hear the crowd. It's just focus on what he wants to do.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, actually. I was talking about that on my way to the fights today because that might be a great advantage, that you're not distracted if they're chanting the other guy's name.
Yes, I think you're right because I think it'd be great because he's able to focus more. Mm-hmm. And that might give him the edge.
I'm here backstage with the victorious Matt Hamill. Was that the fight you wanted to fight tonight?
Of course. I mean, there's a deaf community waiting for me. The police down Hamilton, and I don't want to let my deaf fans down. And I just want to go out there all I got. And I understand that Tito's from California. It's home thing. We're kind of like a rival, you know. But you have to pick on a good team. Like the head with the fight in California. I said, no problem. I have all the deaf fans. You know, so I'm just happy the pressure's off my shoulder.
Strategically, is that the way you thought it would go, or were you surprised by anything you did or anything that Tito did tonight?
Well, I know that Tito won the first round. You know, I mean, that's really obviously, you know, because I didn't really push myself, you know. But the second and third round, we definitely kept trying to yell in my face. No problem, you know. I broke him well. And I knew Tito would back out. He was holding back. And so I was doing a little bit more damage and go for the takedown. And finally, I'm doing really comfortable with takedown. I haven't doing takedown that much. Even though I haven't doing a submission. Yeah, you know, so I'm learning.
Earlier backstage tonight, I was talking to my friend Lou Ferrigno, who I've known, you know, for a while now, and obviously you would know him as a member of the hearing impaired community. Yeah. And I know you two haven't met, but he would love to meet you, and I would love to facilitate that because he really had a lot to say about just being proud of you, even without knowing you, being so proud of you and what you have accomplished.
Yeah, thank you, because I want to prove around the world that handicap can really achieve something. I don't care what people say, you know, but I might give up person no matter what. I don't, you know, climb up the ladder and still reach the top. So my goal is to be in the top 10 fighters in the world. And it would be an honor to meet Lou someday.
I'll make it happen, I promise you that. For the complete interviews with Lou Ferrigno and Matt Hamill, be sure to check out MMAHeat.com. Stay with us, though. When we return, we'll have a conversation with Babalu Sobral about aggression. I'm Karyn Bryant. I want to welcome you back to MMA Heat, the show that celebrates heart, endurance, aggression, and technique. And right now we're going to talk about aggression. That man right there knows a lot about it. His name is Renato Babalu Sobral. He's a former Strikeforce champ and a UFC and IFC badass. He's actually very philosophical about aggression and why people fight. Here's your chance to eavesdrop on a little conversation we had right here.
It's a lot of hypocrisy, you know. There's a lot of hypocrisy
Absolutely.
on the society rules, you know.
Absolutely.
That's why people say, oh, what was a dark side thing? You become evil. No, dark side means like you know, I have that tattoo here, and you have a lot of people, you have the same conception idea. You just show yourself, you know. You don't have to hide it from anyone else. That we like to fight. We're a family, you know. We have the violence in human nature, and human nature has violence inside. Just people just pretend doesn't like it.
Yeah. Well, people are afraid of it. People are afraid to admit that in themselves. And
who doesn't have a dark side? Everybody has a bad side and good side.
Of course, of course. Listen,
I just expressed my bad side to everyone.
We like it. Well, listen, aggression is one of the words in the name of our show. I mean, because we know that aggression is very important, obviously in the cage, but I think in life you need to have a certain amount of aggression to achieve things.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, for anything, you know, I try to use the aggression and that type of feeling to put in just one direction, you know, and achieve, as you said, is achieve my goal. My goal is the victory.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've seen when you're walking out to the cage, you have the most intense look on anybody. What exactly are you thinking as you're walking out?
When I smile before,
yeah,
that's the time I always lost.
Yeah. Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you come back in the time and watch all my fights. Mm-hmm. Every time they sat before the ring and walk over there that I have a smile on my face, I lose them. I lost my fight.
Is that because the camp was different that time? You were just
no, because I don't focus on it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have to analyze my feelings on that thing.
And why do you come to train with Justin here at Fortune?
Well, he has improved a lot my boxing games, and just, you know, have a professional boxer here that I can train with, and just think that with this guy here, I feel safe myself to train anyone else.
Yeah, he's tough, and he's a funny guy too. He has a good personality.
Yeah. Justin, you know, he has a good personality, and I think only coach is just not the guy that train you, it's just the guy that how to say. I feel with my coach right now, Rafael and Justin and Verdun on my corner. I feel that. I say when I trust them, you feel relaxed. I feel relaxed, like I don't. They doesn't want to be seen. They just want me to be my, and I have the shared feelings. You know what I mean? We share feelings. They all gave to me enough weapons to get over there on the time fight and be safe.
I've seen you train with Hamill and Fabricio, and even when Vanderlei was in town, you guys all were helping each other, and that's something that I've gotten to see that people at home don't always see you as competitors, but there really is this great bond between you.
Yeah, we are. We try, we help each other out and respect. As I told you, when you get older, you get different values in life, and people sometimes when the kids they come up, they're rising right now. Sometimes they forget that, but they're gonna learn in the future, and then they're gonna say, oh, but they change. When you're young, you have the. How would I say, the blind, stupid thing. Yep. You want to just go through everyone.
Right.
But I mean, high is like a pyramid. How high you get, it's hard to get balance.
Right. Now, I know he looks intimidating, but Babalu is actually a really sweet guy. We've got more with him on MMAHeat.com. Don't go away. When we return, we'll hear from Skrape from the TapouT crew. Welcome back to MMA Heat. I am Karyn Bryant, and it is time now to spend a few moments with Skrape. He is one of the men that helped make TapouT synonymous with MMA. I recently caught up with him, and we talked about the growth of the sport, the loss of his best friend Charles Mask Lewis, and what's ahead for MMA's favorite brand. Take a look. I don't even know if I need to introduce this guy. It's Skrape from the TapouT crew. How you feeling these days?
Call me Barack Obama. I prefer that. I don't Skrape anymore. Now I'm Barack. You could be Michelle.
Nice. Look at the guns on her, right? She works out hard. So listen, we're here at the HB Ultimate Training Center. You're a fixture on the scene. Are you ever amazed at how many fans line up and come out? I mean, people just cannot get enough MMA.
Because it's the biggest growing, baddest sport in the world. I don't. I love it. I like to see big crowds like this, especially, I'm from Huntington Beach. I grew up here, still live here. I used to train with Tiki and Rob and these guys back in the late 90s, mid 90s at LA Boxing up the street. So to see Tiki come to a place like this, from where he just came from, he had a strip mall. He was in a little strip mall, and now to have his own freestanding building is awesome. And it's such a nice place, and to see the welcoming to all these people coming out, man, is great.
And so you train too? You roll? What do you do?
I did some kickboxing when I was little, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu it was John Lober at the time and Tito, and actually I saw a guy that was training, Jason Dallas, who used to fight back in the day, who's here today. I haven't seen him in years, but we all trained. We all started training a long time ago. It's just we decided to take the road of the business side and not get beat up. We'll let those guys get their butt kicked all the time, and we'll do this. We'll guys like Matt Mitrione, let him get beat up and beat people up. Yeah. We'll just write checks.
Right. No, it's nice. You can stay pretty that way. Although I have some hair care tips for you. Usually my hair is very curly. You know that I can fix that.
You could. I hope you can, because this is awful.
How have things been going? Obviously, the last year has been one of ups and downs for you guys without Charles, but it looks like, you guys are still going strong, and there's just more and more TapouT everywhere I go.
Yeah, with Charles passing, it was the hardest thing in the world. Him being my best friend, forget the business, that was totally aside, but him being my best friend, it really messed me up for a while. But getting back out and meeting the fans, and it's always a new fan, because we're always somewhere different. Fights are always somewhere different. We'll be in Detroit next month, where we've never been, so there's always new people coming up, and to hear what people have to say about them is great. It feels good. And then the growth of the sport, I don't know if you know, we just sold our company to these guys out of New York, to ABG. Well, everybody said, "Oh, you guys are retiring, you're done, you're just laying on a beach." No, that our plan since day one was start the company, grow it big. We'd always said Nike was going to come and buy us to do bigger things. We'd stay on, run the company, which is what we're doing. It just wasn't Nike, it was ABG. So we're just trying to do bigger things for the fighters. Everything we do is for the sport, for the fighters, and that's what it was about. This company, ABG, is huge. They run Bob Marley brand, Marilyn Manson, Polaroid, Vision Streetwear, Halston. They run so many different brands. So they can go areas where we can't. So that's what it was all about. Growing the sport, growing TapouT, helping the fighters. So we're just trying to do big things.
Well, it has to feel good. You know, you drive down the road sometimes and you see somebody with a TapouT sticker on their car or whatever. Where's the strangest place you've ever seen your logo?
The strangest place ever seen a logo? Man, I don't even know.
I mean, I know people tattoo it and stuff like that, which is insane.
Yeah, and I lately, for the past like year or so, everywhere we go at these expos or these fights, people come up showing us their TapouT tattoos, and I've been taking pictures of them. And we have a lot of them on our website, but it's cool to see people coming up tattooing the logo on them. That is crazy. And when we started, Punk has to put the logo on the back of his neck real big, and we were like, man, what's he putting that? That's us. Why do we need to tattoo it? Well, then Charles had put it on him, and then I put it on my armpit. So it's like, so we you know, it's us. That's what we are. We're never going to be anything different. We'll always be TapouT. So it's awesome just to see people like guys walking in right now wearing TapouT shirts. It's cool.
It's awesome.
I don't care what anybody says. It's cool. I like it.
We filmed that interview at the HB Ultimate Training Center. We also caught up with Michael Bisping and Rampage that day. If you want to see those interviews, check out MMAHeat.com. That does it for us today. Be sure to join our Facebook fan page and also look for MMA Heat and Karyn Bryant on Twitter. I'd like to thank everybody here at Fortune Gym, and I'd also like to thank Babalu one more time. I am Karyn Bryant, and I will see you on the next episode.